Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I've been watching some like leveling guide videos and stuff like that for Classic WoW Season of Mastery and blah 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 and theory crafting on how the meta is going to change for healing and or in raids and stuff and blah 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 blah. And the one thing they never talk about is this thing that I'm always talking about, but I've never actually showcased it on my channel to my knowledge. So just in case you did not know, what the fuck is this shit? Seal of the Crusader? Oh hey, has it always had like a little hammer in the icon before? Damn, I never noticed that. Maybe that's new. I think I would notice that before. Whatever. Anyways, let me show you this thing. Alright, so this is the healing gear I had before I actually quit the game. Most of it is actually pre-raid bis or close to pre-raid bis for like, Molten Core. But, I've got something like 600 spell power here, or maybe like 800 or some crap like that. I really don't know. I could do the math, and I don't care. But what's important is this. Alright, so this is a rank 6 max rank Flash of Light, 140 mana for about, 950, 960-ish heals. These are all low rolls currently. There we go. That's a little better. So you get the point, right? 140, it's got a good spell power ratio behind it. But then you go and you check out the rank 1, which rather than being 140 mana, is only 35 mana. And since it has the exact same spell power ratio behind it as the max rank, you get shit like this. Yeah. So, our rank 1 Flash of Lights actually heal for about 2/3 of the amount of our max rank Flash of Lights. And of course, they do it for the absolutely insane price of only 35 mana. So, what this means is if you're playing your Paladin correctly, a Paladin can easily maintain about 80% of their theoretical max healing output forever. And that's without illumination, that's without any critical strike gear, that's, blah, 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 blah. So by the time you're in your, pre-raid bis gear as a Holy Paladin, which isn't that much worse off than the gear I have here, if memory serves, I think my rank 1s were going off for, 550 in my pre-raid bis gear, and then my max rank was, 800 or something like that. I can't really remember all that clearly. But the point I'm trying to make here is that back in the previous meta, like in Classic World of Warcraft, no changes, Classic WoW, since healing wasn't super necessary for the Paladins to do, the vast majority of Paladins would they would spam max rank Flash of Light until they would and then they would sit there with their thumb up their butt waiting for their heal, waiting the 20 seconds before their heal pot was off cooldown. Then they'd pop their heal potion or mana potion and start healing max rank again and rinse and repeat the cycle, right? Never really using rank 1 for any real purpose. And of course, their whole goal in their gearing was to get critical strike rating and spell power, so they could ideally do max rank Flashes of Light indefinitely. The problem, okay, so the benefit of doing it that way for Paladins is you're going to parse really, really well as a Paladin. But you're still not as useful as you could possibly be to your raid as a Paladin. You're technically not doing your job as a Paladin. So there's a lot of inefficiency there in your gameplay, even though you're parsing really well as a Paladin. Well, in Season of Mastery, parsing is going to be significantly less important, especially for healers, and your actual efficiency over the duration of the fight and utility to your raid is going to be far more valuable. And number one thing about Paladins is they cannot they can maintain up to 80% of their maximum healing capability forever, and they can technically do that butt naked. It just happens to be significantly better when you're not butt naked and you're wearing plus healing gear. What's even nicer about it is that they can maintain this terrifying level of indefinite healing even in their pre-raid bis gear. So, the point is, when you're looking at the meta of the fights and so forth and so on, that seems to be what's going to happen when we enter Molten Core and Blackwing Lair and stuff like that. The whole healing issue for a raid isn't really going to be there if you take enough Paladins and you actually tell them just to use their damn rank 1s. because the only time it would be an issue is if you get into like a DPS check type fight. Because otherwise the paladins can just heal the tanks indefinitely, and the tanks can slowly, kill down the mobs, and it's not even that big of a deal. All the DPS could be dead, and the paladins and the tanks would just, carry the day. No real big deal, because they just can't die. What else is there to really talk about? Right. So, Blessing of Judgment of Wisdom and Judgment of Light are going to be much bigger deals on the Alliance side as well. But again, paladins traditionally hate to judge wisdom and to judge light on bosses and to keep up wisdom and light on bosses, not because they have to get close or anything like that, but the number one issue is they have to actually put talent points into lasting judgment. And they really don't like putting talent points into lasting judgment because it messes up with their other talent points. And more importantly, if they're running up to the boss and they're judging a seal on the boss, and then they're recasting the seal, and then they're healing again and all that kind of stuff, right? They're gonna have a shitty parse. Like, if you're the paladin putting a judgment, if you're a healing paladin keeping light or wisdom up on a boss, you're gonna have a shitty parse. The raid is gonna fucking love you, but your parses are going to be shit. And most paladin players, like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with them, but they really like to parse. It's like a one-button spec parsing machine, and then they talk shit to you, and it's like, whatever, guys. So yeah, I expect. Right, so the advantages the Alliance have over the Horde are they're going to have the infinite healing batteries of the Paladins, assuming that you have a non-retarded Paladin who can actually find his rank 1 and his Blessing of Light. So if I click rank 1 without Blessing of Light, it should be about 500. And yeah, so these numbers it says over here, it says up to 115 on your Flashes of Light and up to 400 on your HOLs. That shouldn't even be an up to. It just literally adds 115 to my Flash of Light, and it adds 400 to my Holy Lights. So if I go rank 1, I'm not sure it adds 400 to my rank 1 Holy Light. I don't think it does. Let me go check that real fast here. So this should actually be a substantial heal if it does add 400. Nope. Yeah. So but for some reason on the rank 1 Flash of Light, it literally adds 115 healing to it, like no joke. So it's like, alright, that's dumb. Yeah, so we're going to have Judgment of Wisdom, we're going to have Judgment of Light, we're going to have the infinite healing bot Paladins. We're going to have Blessing of Salvation, which is always awesome. Since dots are now placeable on bosses, Blessing of Salvation is actually a big fucking deal now. Since Paladins are the most efficient single-target healers in the entire game, I'm pretty sure that our Warriors are still going to be able to Fury tank, which means they can have lots of threat, which means that the DPS can throw more dots up on the boss. You get the whole snowball of synergy that's going on there. For the Horde, they're probably going to have a much harder time. They're probably going to need more shamans in their raids, just more healers in general, work the mana tide totems and the dragon fruit and the whipper mana potions and the dark runes and all that kind of stuff. They're going to have to bend over backwards to deal with the healing issues, which is going to be kind of funny. Because they're going to have the best PvP racials, but they're going to be absolutely terrible in PvE. Like Drakova is over there literally he's drooling all over himself at the thought of how difficult it's going to be for the Horde players to get PvE gear for PvP purposes. He's like, dude, do you have any idea how undergeared the Horde are going to be? This is going to be fucking awesome. And I'm just like, oh, Jesus. Okay, enjoy. So yeah, so anyways, these guides are really weird. Like, I heard some leveling guides where a guy was talking about, leveling this class in Season of Mastery or leveling that class in Season of Mastery, blah, blah, blah. And of course, he gets to the Paladin, he doesn't even mention, rank 1 or their mass healing efficiencies or Judgment of Wisdom or Judgment of Light, and I just want to reach to the computer and smack the guy, so I ended up just going, whatever, I'll make a video instead. So yeah, so make sure to inform your Paladins that, literally, if you ever see a Paladin completely run out of mana, and then just stand there with their thumb up their ass, and like they're not healing or anything, just punch them in the face. And I'll show you why here in a second. Let me see if... Oh, that's rank 1? Ew. Let me see if I can completely myself. My headphone to work. Alright. I'm trying to myself here. Give me a second, guys. Alright, so I'm going to pretend that I'm a paladin in a raid, and I completely managed to myself. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to cast seals. That us like crazy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. It's good stuff. Okay, I'm a completely paladin. Oh, no, whatever will I do? Okay, I think I'll use rank 1s. Let's see how many rank 1s I can maintain here. Speaking of which, give me a little bit of mana. I don't think I'm going to doing rank 1s, boys. Yeah. Let's see. The one time I can start to talk, I'll do a Season of Mastery video with you if you want right now. I feel like talking about it. Okay, sounds good. Well, looks like I'm going to be making a video with Dracova here real fast. But the wife has a interview here pretty soon. Not an interview, but a meeting soon. That's going to kind of suck. Yeah, we're not ooming. Anyways, the point is, if a paladin ever goes completely on you and he stands there and he doesn't do anything, he's like waiting for his mana potion, punch him in the face and tell him to use his rank 1s. No joke. So anyways, Deus Vult, and I guess I'm making a vid with Dracova real fast here.